Hello, and welcome to another edition of All or Not According to Jack with your host, Jack Toledano. As you can see, it is time for the album of the day or albums of the month. Uh, I know I've been boring you with a lot of those 90-minute best of cassettes, but I've got a shit ton more to come, so I hope you're enjoying them because I'm enjoying them. And you know what? When I'm enjoying putting the work out, you know what? I think it's better quality videos for everybody to enjoy. At least that's my solemn hope. But in any event, um, the month of April has not finished yet. I am recording this um, on the evening of Saturday, April 26th. But I'm doing it now because I'm going to be going away next week, and I will be away for a week, so I won't be able to do any recordings. So uh, what you will see is this plus all my other 90-minute best of output for the week of April 28th to May 2nd. Uh, I'll be going down to Maryland and the DC area, and I'm gonna. This is actually a vacation, a rare vacation. I am so looking forward to it. And the best part about it is I will be spending it with my son Jason, who basically gave me this idea. He's been doing this for what, 2 years now, listening to an album a day. But of course, he doesn't listen to the genres that I listen to. But you want to know something? Uh, Back in earlier this year, I'm thinking to myself, I got to do something a little different. I got to basically enhance that database of musical knowledge in my head. And what better way to do it than to listen to an album a day? And after a year, I will be that much ahead of the game. I feel like I'm ahead of the game now. But my only regret is I can only give you April 1st to April 26th, which is today. April 27th to the 30th, I'm going to roll into the month of May, so that will be a slightly longer one. So, what have I listened to in my personal listening booth? So, on April 1st, and I've been working on some different 90-minute best ofs. Uh, I'm attempting to put one together for Kansas, so I listened to the album "The Absence of Presence," released in July of 2020. I gave it 4.25 out of 5. A throwback to the glory days of Kansas. Good stuff. Mind you, I only listened to these albums once because no way I can get 2 listens out of all these albums, with my busy schedule and my life and work and sleep and all that sort of BS. Anywho, April 2nd. I've always been curious what the early UFO sounds like, so I went back to UFO 1. Uh, that genre, I call it hard and slash space rock, released on October of 1970. I gave that 4 out of 5. Not a bad first effort, though raw. Would get much better over the next few albums. Read when one Michael Schenker came along. April 3rd, Fate's Warning, Awaken the Guardian, prog metal in 1986. Um, so I occasionally watch this YouTube channel called Classic Album Review. He's a British dude or a British bloke, and he does a fantastic job. I love watching him. I want to watch something a little different than what I normally watch, which are my buddies here in the States, and get a little bit of a different perspective. And what he did was he put together his top 10 prog metal albums, and this was one of them. But I'm sorry, I disagree. I don't get it. I don't think it's as good as Symphony X. I gave it 3.5 out of 5 stars, but hey, we're allowed to disagree. Okay, April 4th, Caligula's Horse, Charcoal Grace, prog metal. This was released in January of 2024. I know this is a favorite of George LeMay. Definitely better than The Fates Warning, worth the second listen, and some of their other albums. I gave this 4.25 out of 5. From there, April 5th, UFO Flying, their second album. Still hard / space rock. This was October of 71, as opposed to October of 70 for their first album. Two very long songs, too spacey for what they would become. Not really digging it. Happy about the change of direction to come. I gave it 3 out of 5 stars. From there, I went to the Blue Oyster Cult album, Ghost Stories, hard rock. This was April of 2024. You know what? Only when I was halfway through this album did I realize that their old songs re-recorded. Not really what I was looking for, but the songs are quite good. So I gave that 4 out of 5. Okay, April 7th. Again, I'm trying to increase the library, my personal library of prog rock up here. So I went to Wishbone Ash's self-titled debut, prog rock, December of 1970. So I sometimes write notes down as I'm listening. So my initial notes was very promising so far. My end note, really enjoyed this first release. 4.75 out of 5. Good job, guys. Definitely have to listen to some more Wishbone Ash in the coming week. And that's what I'm going to really enjoy about going down to, taking a trip down to Maryland with my son Jason, because we're both going to listen to some albums, probably listen to some of his. He'll listen to some of mine, so that, we both can put them in our database of albums listened to. Okay, April 9th, and I've already given you my 90-minute best of cassette for Pink Floyd. I tried to listen to as many albums as I could to try and spread the wealth and not just pull the best of songs off of the more familiar albums that I'm familiar with, like Dark Side of the Moon, Wish You Were Here, Animals, The Wall, etc., etc. So I went back to the album Atom Heart Mother, October of 1970. 3.5 out of 5. The long title track doesn't really make sense to me. Other than that, the music was pretty good. April 10th, Genesis, Selling England by the Pound, prog rock. September 1973. You know what? I'm trying to get myself more familiar with them. They are probably one of the more important prog rock bands. I already listened to another one of their albums. Let's do a quick search here. Genesis. What have I listened to? First one I listened to was Foxtrot back at the end of January. I gave that a 4.25 out of 5. You're going to be happy to note that Selling England by the Pound, I really enjoyed it. Flashes of brilliance. I especially like Tony Banks on keyboards. I gave this 4.75 out of 5. Not bad considering I used to hate them because my idiot suite mate in New Paltz used to play them ad nauseum. And I'm not talking the old proggy Genesis. I'm talking the newer, sappy Phil Collins BS that would make it to AM radio, and dance with me? Why don't you dance with me? Oh, God. He used to play them ad nauseum, and he wondered why everybody was always fucking pissed at him. Toodaloo, buddy. But nevertheless, I really enjoyed this Genesis album. I do plan to listen to all of their earlier albums. Uh, I will fill them up in this album of the day, all in time. All right, so next, April 11th. I want, always curious how this sounded. Barry Goudreau, rhythm guitarist for Boston. He did a self-titled album in August of 1980. Um, for the fan who needs more of a 1970s Boston fix, uh, that's what this album is for. So I asked the question: did Goudreau use a Rockman too? That's that little fuzz effect that Tom Schultz invented. He was he's an engineer. I don't know if he still is, but uh, that's what he did before he quit and went to start his own band. I like the Brad Delp vocals better than the Fran Cosmo vocals. Uh, Good album, classic rock. Uh, I gave it a 4.25 out of 5. Some songs were written by Goudreau himself. A few songs were a collaboration of him and Brad Delp, and then Fran Cosmo wrote 3 songs. So I guess that's what you had to do to get Fran Cosmo onto the album. And who knows, maybe Barry didn't have enough material to fill an album out. I know. I don't think Tom Schultz was too happy that he labeled the album Boston, like sounding like Boston, almost as if he thought he copied his style. It's okay. I enjoyed it, especially the Barry Goudreau / Brad Delp material. To the 12th, Motorhead, Ace of Spades. I've never actually heard this album. I've heard the song millions of times, never heard the album. Hard rock / metal, October 1980. Damn, the songs are so short, but man, these really freaking rock. 4.75 out of 5. So far, my 2 best albums are that and the Wishbone Ash and the Genesis, Selling England by the Pound. Okay, April 13th, back to UFO. One more UFO album, A Conspiracy of Stars. This, again, hard rock. This is February of 2015. I would say they're a little past their time. The songs are pretty good. 2 really good songs at the end. I gave it 4 out of 5. Okay, April 14th. John Entwistle, bass player of The Who. Uh, he came out with a solo album called Smash Your Head Against the Wall. This album was released in May of 1971. Not as good as The Who, but pretty good. I gave him 4 out of 5. An album of all of his material. Okay, so for this next album, we deviate a little bit. The Mamas and the Papas. If you can believe your eyes, 60s pop / folk. This album was released in February of 1966. It's their first album. Great harmonies and love the hits. It's the album where all 4 of them are fit into the bathtub. 4.25 out of 5. Love them. Great band. Such a damn shame that Mama Cass, led a very short life. And the band led a very short life. I think they were only around for what, 3, 4 years, sadly. Okay, so I just recorded this 90-minute best of for ZZ Top. So I gave you a twofer on April 16th and 17th. Their first two albums. The first one, Rio Grande, no, I'm sorry. Uh, their second album, Rio Grande Mud, um, Blues, Southern Rock, April of 1972. Uh, their next album will Kill. I'm talking Tres Hombres, which I've heard several times, but they're not quite there yet, but they will get there. 4 out of 5. Next album. So on April 17th, I went to their last album of original material and Dusty Hill's last album, La Futura, Blues/Southern Rock, September 2012. 4.25 out of 5. Okay, so I'm always looking for ideas in different places for what to listen to, and I try to come up with my own ideas, but every once in a while, I'll something will catch my eye that my buddy Pete Pardo will have reviewed. So I'll say, this looks interesting. I got to check it out. So he reviewed Smith Kotzen. I'm talking Adrian Smith and Richie Kotzen. And this is a double title track, a title track for two songs on the album. I've never seen that done before. Black Light, which is one song, and White Noise, which is another song. I consider this genre hard/blues rock. This was April of this year. I gave it 4.75 out of 5. Not a bad song on this album. What's not to like? Uh, I can't say enough about Adrian Smith's guitar playing. He is a fantastic guitar player for Iron Maiden. He's given me an amazing. Him and Dave Murray have given us a great body of work over the years. Richie Kotzen, know he was in the Winery Dogs. I think he's got a great voice, great rhythm player. What's not to like? Pick it up if you're looking for something new to pick up. Okay, next. Um, every once in a while, I will watch YouTube videos to see what prog rock albums I should listen to. So this one is just an anonymous. Uh, I don't remember who the channel is, but it's one of those channels where they, you know, there's there's that elevator music playing in the background where nobody can sue you for copyright infringement, and basically the albums just scroll through the screen with no talking, nothing like that. Uh, you know what? Loses its originality, but at the same time, it's informative for me as I need to get better with my prog rock knowledge, admittingly. So I went with the IQ album, The Road of Bones. 3.5 out of 5. A bit mellow, finally gets going, song 3 at the 10-minute mark. Very long double CD, 1 hour and 42 minutes. Uh, yeah, 1 hour, 42 minutes. Promising in spots, second disc better, but I was dying. When is this fucking CD gonna end? But again, some very promising moments. Okay, April 20th, so I had to go for something a little heavy. So I went to Megadeth, their first album, Killing Is My Business and Business Is Good. A relatively short album, thrash metal, May of 1985, their first album. Pretty good first effort, short and not as heavy as I would have thought. 4 out of 5. Okay, another prog rock album that I wanted to listen to. Uh, Did I talk about these guys already? I think I might have. Uh, Let me do yet another search. Okay. Okay. Did I listen to them yet? I thought I did. No, I haven't. Okay, so Alan Parsons Project. The Turn of a Friendly Card. Prog Rock. November 1980. A more easy listening prog rock band or prog rock album for the casual prog listener. So these guys, they make it to prog, they make it to FM radio. They're a little more easy listening, definitely less, not nearly as avant-garde. I would classify them more, as with early Asia. Very easy listening, easy to digest. Um, 4.25 out of 5. Okay, next. I hadn't listened to this band in a while. I'm talking Blind Guardian. Uh, my daughter was actually talking about reading the book The Silmarillion. That is an album. That's a book where they based an album off of Nightfall in Middle Earth. I absolutely love that album. So I wanted to see what they, I haven't listened to them in a while. So I wanted to see what they had that was more recent. So their most recent album, The God Machine, Prog Metal, September 2022. Uh, so my comment, been a while since I revisited this band, but absolutely blown away. Whimsical and heavy to boot. 5 out of 5. My first 5 out of 5 in doing this album of the day thingy. Congratulations, guys. I definitely will have to listen to more of your albums. Good job. All right. One more ZZ Top album on the 24th. That's this past Thursday. Mescalero. Uh, this is, prog, southern rock, a little more country-ish, a little more, Tex-Mex. Okay. The album is okay, not really my cup of tea. Not as good as older ZZ Top. A bit of a stray from their typical blues. 3.5 out of 5. Okay. I wanted to really take a walk into left field for this one. Depeche Mode. Speak and Spell, new wave synth pop from October of 1981. Their debut, really digging it. Very nostalgic, very electronic. They do not get played on the radio nearly as often, but I love it. Awesome, awesome stuff. 4.5 out of 5. Okay, to my last album that I listened to earlier today, as I'm trying to work on a Leonard Skinner playlist. So I listened to their album 1991. After their reunion. Good, honest effort, though it sounds slightly different than the first incarnation, but hey, that's okay. I figured it would. Southern Rock, uh, June of 1991. I give them 4 out of 5 out of 5. So good job, Skinner. Uh, that that 90-minute tape will come hopefully soon. I'm going to work on that during the week while I'm away. As I have the time, as I have the free time. But so that's it. April 1st through April 26th. Let me know what you think. And let me know if you have any suggestions on what I should listen to that I haven't already talked about. This is Jack Toledano, speaking for all or not, according to Jack. I have a house guest, and I probably kept her up as she's in the next room as I'm recording this. So sorry, Sherry. Jack Toledano. All or not according to Jack. Have a good one, folks, and we'll speak soon. Bye.